Hello everyone, welcome to the next session. In this session, we are going to discuss about the difference between on delay timer and retentive on delay timer, right? In last session, we have already discussed about the on delay timer. So here you can see in the timer counter section, you will get all three timers. Basically, the working of the status bit for the retentive on delay timer that will be set, which we have learned already in case of the on delay timer, right? But you can observe some differences in case of retentive on delay timer. So what are the differences? Let us see. So here we have already added the start switch and the on delay timer. So we require one more start switch and the retentive on delay timer, right? So here we have already provided T4:0 address. So we cannot repeat this address again for the next timer. Doesn't matter which type of timer you are using. Make sure that the address should not be repeated. So here I am going to provide the address T4:1. Okay. So just for the understanding purpose, I am providing the same preset value in the timer delay for the retentive on delay timer, that will be 15 seconds. So if you want, you can repeat the same start switch for the retentive on delay timer also. So here I am going to repeat the address for retentive on delay timer also. Always remember, when you are using the retentive on delay timer for your project, so make sure that you have to add the reset switch for the retentive on delay timer, because for the on delay timer we don't require the reset switch. Why? The reason is that when you release the start switch, means when you cut the power supply, on delay timer will reset automatically. But the same thing will not be happen in case of the retentive on delay timer. So for that purpose, we used to add one reset switch, right? So here for the reset switch, I have used here one normally open contact, but just by using the normally open contact and just by connecting the reset switch to the PLC terminal, we cannot able to reset the retentive on delay timer. So for that purpose, what we require some additional output coils. See here in timer counter section, you will get the reset instruction. So that is nothing but the reset output coil, right? So here just select it on which you are going to select the reset output coil. So this is the reset output coil. So above which you can observe the question mark. So question mark means what? The timer which you are going to reset provide the address of that particular block, that particular timer. So here just hold and drag the address T4:1. Okay, because we are going to reset this retentive on delay timer. Okay, so we require one more input because you cannot able to repeat the start switch address for the reset switch. Okay, so for the reset switch, your address that will be different. So here I have used the second terminal reset switch. Okay, fine. Now let us run this program, and then accordingly you will get to know the difference between on delay timer and off delay timer. I am again repeating the working of status bit which we have learned in case of the on delay timer. The same thing you can observe for the retentive on delay timer also, but there are only two differences which I am going to show you right away. See, so here I am pressing the start switch. The delay is started. See here, the delay is started. Okay, delay is started. Now I am going to release the switch. So I have released the switch, but you can observe some differences in this block. The accumulator value of on delay timer is reset automatically, but the accumulator value of the retentive on delay timer is not reset because it retains the value. It retains the value. So when I'm pressing the start switch again, then the delay of retentive on delay timer will start from the retained value, means from the 8 onward. But for in case of the on delay timer, you can observe the delay is started from initial value, means from the 0. It means that application wise we need to change the type of timer. So I'm just giving you one example. For example, there is one industry. In that industry, they are using the controllers for filling the cupcake. For example, within the 10 seconds you have to fill the cupcake, but let us assume that in that particular area there is the chances of light failure frequently, and they have provided the backup power supply for the 2 hours. So after 2 hours, let us consider that if there is no electricity, in that case what will happen? Your controller will go offline, and again when the light comes, your controller will start and your operation will start again. And in that case, if you are using the on delay timer, and let us assume that if your cupcake is filled half within a 5 second, and it is going to fill full after the next 5 seconds, but what will happen? Due to the light failure, your controller go offline and your on delay timer will also reset. But if you are using the retentive on delay timer, in that case this thing will not be happen. Means your timer will resume for the 5 second. Okay, means after 5 seconds, and it will fill the cupcake properly. So if you are using the on delay timer, in on delay timer there will be chances of overflow. Means for the such applications you have to select the proper type of timer. Now here you can see, here I am releasing the start switch. Here I have released the start switch, and here you can see again the accumulator value of on delay timer is reset automatically. Means we don't require any reset switch for the on delay timer, but the value of accumulator is here. Value of accumulator is here. Okay, even though you have released the start switch. So in order to reinitiate, restart the process, we need to reset the value of accumulator. So how to reset it? Just press the reset switch. Here I am pressing the reset switch. Here you can see the accumulator is reset. But make sure that the reset switch is released. Reset switch should be released. Then and then you can able to perform the next operation. So this is the difference between on delay timer and retentive on delay timer. So application wise, you can select the proper type of timer. Thank you.